this is Liz. Welcome to my little urban homestead and welcome to Fabric Friday. I've been still trying to get used to this seamstress sewing machine behind me. If you can see past the dog's head. And made a few odds and ends on it and that, because I want to get used to it an awful lot first, which it has enabled me to get used to it. Because basically, it's like driving a car. When you can drive a car, you've passed your test and that. When you get into a car you're not familiar with, it takes a while to get used to. The indicators are on a different side and all the rest. So that's what I've been doing, so that I can switch from one machine to another and go straight in the mode of that machine. And so carrying on in that vein, I'm making an oven mitt, and just out of some of the material that I got from the Abercorn haul the other week, and some of the heat resistant Insulbright. So I'll show you now how I've gone about that. Well, I'll show you first of all my first one. This was my first one. It's not a wide oven glove, but it's still usable. So I'm not going to finish this off or anything. I'm going to use this one in the kitchen. It doesn't bother me that it isn't quite exact. I'm not going to throw it away, and I'm going to use it for its intended purpose, even though it's a bit shoddy looking. Hopefully the one that I'm doing now, that I've cut out and pinned together, hopefully this is going to turn out nice, and I've got someone in mind for it. It's for sort of like a secret Santa. I've cut out what I need now, and it looks like I'm making two of mittens, but I aren't, because they need to go one on the bottom and one on the top of your hand. So what I've cut out is 4 of these hand pieces. 2 fit the bottom of your hand and 2 for the top of your hand, and then I've put some of the Insulbright heat reflective stuff inside, so it'll protect both the top of your hand and the bottom of your hand completely. So after making this first one, which was a bit on the snug side, I can feel inside that the material, the fabric sort of gathers, and I don't want that to happen. And I didn't quilt this, so what I'm going to do is get me free motion foot out and just go round all the pineapples, and that'll do some quilting and help it not, I hope, not to do that. So that's what I'm going to do now, and I'll show you when I've done it. Right, I've used the new home to do basically quilt the pieces together, and just gone round, and I haven't recorded it because I thought it's not really needed, and I've got a stiff neck and it hurts. So all I'm going to do now is sew the 2 sides, the 2 pieces together. If I move that out of the way, you could possibly see. Put the 2 sides together. So that's what I'll do now. I don't think I'll pin it. Use whatever seam allowance you want. I'm using approximately 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. Back at the beginning and the end, because especially there around the cuff it's going to take a lot of strain. Now round the curved edges, just take your time and slowly move it round. It'll do it. I've gone round it once and I'm just checking that I got all of it in, which I did do, but I'm going to do it again. And that'll just give more reinforcement to it. That's it. Oh, it's nice, a big size that is. What I'm going to do now, the first one I made, I serged it on the edges. I serged it on the edges and I broke my needle, so I haven't yet got round to changing the needle on that. So what I'm going to do is cut now close to my stitches using my pinking shears. Cut all around it with the pinking shears, and that'll help it not to fray. It's going to be on the inside of the glove anyway, but I can't at the moment think of how to do it so it's completely enclosed. Now, I was going to turn it inside out because I wasn't, so there's no raw seams on the outside. But these threads hanging, it does fray quite well, which I don't particularly like the idea of. So I need to cover these edges. And I thought, well, leave it this way around and put a binding on it the same as I bind quilts. So hopefully it'll find it difficult going round that one. Oh well, there's going to be tucks in it. Well, what appears to be tucks anyway. Yes, the reason there's going to be tucks in this because it's not bias binding. It's straight of grain. Well, that didn't work out too well. So what I'm going to do is now turn it so the raw edges are all inside and just run a tape round it, run a binding round it. See you in a minute. I have turned it now the right side out so all the raw edges are inside, and I'm going to run a binding round. Little tip, when you're doing a binding and you've got your ends like this will work for bias binding or anything. It's not necessary on quilts because you finish them off together, but this way you're going to overlap. I just hope now it's going to go in the machine. Wait, I'll show you on this one. On this end, you've got your two ends there. Obviously you cut off your raw edges, but if you fold one of the corners down on itself and then fold it in half again, and you've got that. And if you stitch it this way to your work, it will spread the bulk and you will have a finish like that, because the bit that you put on first will be the outside. So I've done it on this side. I've folded it in half diagonally from one corner down, folded it back in half, and it's like that. So this open bit wants going near the top, because when you've sewn it down you will enclose that inside. So now, because of the way I haven't got a free arm, I have on my Simplicity, but I'm not getting it down at the moment. I'm going to start sewing there and hopefully it'll go under. I'm not going to start at the very end, I'll come to that in a bit. I just won't get it started now. Yes, binding's a bit too long, but better too long than too short. If you haven't got a free arm, it is a bit of a fiddle, but it's still more of a fiddle for me to get my Simplicity down and sort that out. See, if you've got a free arm, you'd have it on it and you'd be sewing it from the top rather than the inside. As I haven't got a free arm, I'm sewing it on from the inside. As you can tell, you get there slowly, you do a little bit at a time. What's the best way to eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Right, we're coming back on the start where it was. So make sure it's still lying down, put it on top. I'll have to do one of these just on binding things. An instructional video on how to bind things with a free arm and without a free arm. It's fraying and going under my feet, that's why I'm cutting. Right, so what I want doing now is get my scissors there ready for when I get up to there. That's it, I'm past it now. So you can just cut it off. Oh no, I've got it so it can all meet exactly on the seam. Cut another inch off. And it's sewn on there. This bit where you started, I don't know if you can make it out, that bit there, because this bit that you finish with will fold over first, and then that will fold over the top and make a nicer edge. So I'll do that now and stitch it down, and there it is. And like I said, it spreads out the bulk. It's not very well done around here because it is difficult without a free arm, but it is doable. And there's the other mitt. So thank you.